Welcome to my world. Come on in and make yourselves at home. Welcome to my life. I know everything's gonna be all right. Welcome to my world. Oh, won't you come on in? Welcome to my life. It's known as the Tiger's Den. Greetings to all of my subscribers. I want to thank you for being with me for as long as you have, and the new subscribers that's coming on in. We want to say greetings and thank you for your time. This is from Toothless and the moderators. Welcome to the Tiger's Den. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us who we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I failed, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of takes you to a lonely place, find yourself in love. See that old man over there in his chair? This old man is living in the bottle. He done quit his 9 to 5. He drink full time, and now he's living in the bottle. Well, see that old man over there in his chair? This old man got a problem, and it's a bad one. Now he done pawned off everything, his old woman wedding ring for the bottle. Well, and don't you think it's a crime when time after time people living in the bottle? These people living in the bottle, y'all. Oh, Lordy. So y'all haven't heard me at all. And when I said everything to Regina, I've been talking to y'all who I done sung happy birthday to Izetta. Oh, Lord. I done played the song for Maria. I thought she heard me say, Regina, you didn't hear me say none of the stuff that I said. I mean, did I say it to you? Ah, Lord help us. Oh, this is so funny. Thank you. Lippler done. Thank you so very much. I wasn't even in the show. Woo, Lord, that's funny. Oh, I thought y'all heard all of what I said, but y'all didn't hear anything I said. Oh, well, that is who I am. We know how that goes. So I'm going to start this all over again. Greetings. And welcome to the Tigers Den. Oh, Lord. This is the voice of Cheryl, and I am Toothless Tiger. I told Astor earlier that I was a little sleepy. And he said, well, maybe I should let you go so you can go and take your nap. I told him, oh, nah, I'm going to be all right. I don't know, Astor. I don't know if I'm going to be all right or not. And then I said to you, Regina, I know what you mean, and I know that was funny. So I suggested to you when you said you started to say something, but you moved on, move quickly, please. Move quickly. That's what I said. Oh, Lord, this is funny. And then, Izetta, I said to you, happy birthday, baby. I love you so. 16 candles makes my heart glow forever and ever. Oh, I love you so. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Go Azetta, it's your birthday. Go Azetta, it's your birthday. Go Azetta, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your day, go turn it up. It's your day, go turn it up. It's your day, go turn it up. It's your day, your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I did all of that. And I didn't have a clue that I wasn't even. Woo, I think I needed this laughter. I ain't lying. Woo, woo, woo. Ah, yeah, Regina, that was a good deal. Good deal. Yeah, we're gonna let the troll on. Troll on. Long as you're respectful, we don't mind. Troll on. So we all right over here. Toothless, now I'm thinking about opening another bottle of wine. Help yourself and then just relax and go to sleep. And Maria, well, I know you heard the song, but I dedicated the song to you after Regina said that, she had a day of learning what we know, and the things that she saw we can't even imagine, but we can. But anyway, I'm glad to be here because I almost didn't even want to be here. I've been working on this case with my sister for a minute, and so I set my little alarm and I wake up about 4:30 in the morning and I start going to work because I'm not a typist. I pick. And so I have to sit here and pick and read cases and go on. Would that be you? The Australian one? Wonder would that be you, Sim? I don't know. If that's you, you've been awfully sweet. And it's good to see you. Because I don't know nobody else that could be. Good to see you if that's you. You know, things happen so fast in life. I don't know if you guys remember me telling you a little bit, maybe about 3 weeks ago or something like that. Friend, well, it's a girl that I know, and I used to date her brother. He was my first boyfriend. And I was looking on this app that we have here. The guy Smashed the Topic here in Dallas. He does the local news, and he gets there before the news get there. And it was a story in there about this elderly gentleman, and he was missing. And the family was looking for him. He's 88 years old, and they don't know where he is. And my sister called me the other day and told me that actually the daughter had died. And that's like within a month's time. So you never know. You never know. In the course of a day, a week, a month. Yeah, I've gone even to junior college, but I'm one of those people that can't do two things at one time. And so I didn't like it. I won't even give myself the chance. I tried it twice for real, and I can't do it. I would love to play the piano, but that's the only reason why I didn't even try to pursue it. Is because both of my hands ain't gonna act right. Mm-mm. And then my mind be going, all across America. So I just pick and pick and pick. I have learned cut and paste. I've learned that, so that works real good. And I've even tried doing the voice, but for some reason they don't seem to understand my English, and I spend more time trying to correct. When I could have just went on and wrote what I needed to say. Okay, Esther, you know that Sim said so. You know that's who that is. Nobody else would say what they just said and spell your name like that. So go on and do your thing, Chicken Wayne. Because that's who that is. So, yeah. Handle your business, Assator. Okay, y'all. Let me see. That's Sim said so. And probably don't know what they saying. You just never know. And maybe Sam know. And you good, Regina, because I didn't know what that was. I knew it wasn't English. Be that as it may. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. We're going to get ready to dive into the Kybalion by the three initiates. Okay. We're now on chapter 8. No, we're not. We're on chapter 7, I believe. Let me make sure. Yeah. We're now on chapter 7, the planes of correspondence. That's where we are. The great second Hermetic principle embodies the truth that there is a harmony, agreement, and correspondence between the several planes of manifestation, life, and being. This truth is a truth because all that is included in the universe emanates from the same source, and the same laws, principles, and characteristics apply to each unit or combination of units of activity, as each manifests its own phenomena up on its own plane. Good evening, EBKN. Thank you for listening. Be sure you hit the like button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody that hit the like button because we have 10 likes, and that's fantastic. For the purpose of convenience of thought and study, the Hermetic philosophy considers that the universe may be divided into three great classes of phenomena, known as the three great planes, namely, number one, the great physical plane, number two, the great mental plane, and number three, the great spiritual plane. That's probably the same person. Yeah, I do have a big crowd. Can't you see them? I'm probably going to outdo Charleston and Cam. I don't know if any of you all saw that interview, but if you didn't, you should go and catch it because that was a great, fantastic interview, and it was so great, and the hate is so real on YouTube, and the people are so caught up in numbers. Do you not realize that in one day that video got 1 million views, and it put Cam over the million mark? He was right at 900, 9,000, something like that. But he went over 1 million. He's probably about at 1.2 or 3 now. Probably 3 or 4 because he was at 2. So yeah, I do have a very big crowd. And you enjoy yourself. Just don't get disrespectful. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, Isetta, I thought that, I love Charleston interviews and the topics in which he speak of. And I love me some Cam Newton. So that was just a win-win for me. Okay. You think that's who that is, Flip, or the other person, or whatever person? Oh, well, honey, they need to come over here and get some of this knowledge because I don't mind them being here. They just, whatever. Y'all have fun. One thing I learned about people that discord, they want your attention so bad and they want to hear their name. And so they do stupid things. So it's okay. I have that effect on people. We're going to let them do their thing while I do mine. These divisions are more or less artificial and arbitrary. For the truth is that all of the three divisions are but ascending degrees of the great scale of life, the lowest point of which is undifferentiated matter, and the highest point that of spirit. And moreover, the different planes shade into each other, so that no hard and fast division may be made between the higher phenomena of the physical and the lower of the mental, or between the higher of the mental and the lower of the physical. In short, the three great planes may be regarded as three great groups of degrees of life manifestation. While the purpose of this little book do not allow us to enter into an extended discussion of or explanation of the subject of these different planes, still we think it well to give a general description of the same at the point. And Asator said, I'll keep them be as long as they're not being disrespectful. Yeah, do your thing. You know how to do it. However you choose. At the beginning, we may as well consider the question so often asked by the neophyte who desires to be informed regarding the meaning of the word plane, which term has been very freely used and very poorly explained. In many recent works upon the subject of occultism, the question is generally about as follows. Is a plane a place having dimensions, or is it merely a condition or state? We answer, no, not a place, nor ordinary dimension of space, and yet more than a state or condition. It may be considered as a state or a condition, and yet the state or condition is a degree of dimension in a scale subject to measurement. Somewhat paradoxical, Cole, is it not? But let us examine the matter. A dimension, is a measure in a straight line, relating to measure, etc. The ordinary dimensions of space are length, breadth, and height, or perhaps length, breadth, height, thickness, or circumference. But there is another dimension of created things, or measure in a straight line, known to the occultists and to the scientists as well, although the latter have not yet applied the term dimension to it. And this new dimension, which, by the way, is the most speculated about, is the fourth dimension, is the standard used in determining the degrees or planes. These people are funny. I'm not lying. Greetings, Allah Akbar. Oh, greetings. Oh. Allah Akbar say dimensions deals with trigonometry and physics. Are you aware? And then Regina said, oh yes, I caught that interview. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually stumbled upon it, and I was busy minding my business as it played in the background. Then I heard Charleston say, quantitative. Yes, ma'am. Charleston is very, very, very deep, and he does everything for a reason. And he sounds like he could have been an indigo child. When you hear his story, it's really phenomenal. But these people can't be coming in here speaking and then get very condescending. All you have to do is participate. If you want to give us knowledge, give us knowledge. If you want to just listen, just listen. And if you want to get out of order, then, we'll fly you out of here. So the choice is yours, but you're free to add anything that you know about anything that you want to say. Hey, Phyllis, you made it in here, huh? All righty. The fourth dimension may be called the dimension of vibration. It is a fact well known to modern science, as well as to the Hermetists who have embodied the truth in their third Hermetic principle, that everything is in motion, everything vibrates, nothing is at rest. From the highest manifestation to the lowest, everything and all things vibrate. Not only do they vibrate at different rates of motion, but as in different directions and in a different manner. The degrees of the rates of the vibrations constitute the degrees of measurement on the scale of vibrations. In other words, the degrees of the fourth dimension. And these degrees, from what Occultists call planes. The higher the degree of rate of vibration, the higher the plane, and the higher the manifestation of life occupying that plane. So that while a plane is not a place, nor yet a state or a condition, yet it possesses qualities common to both. We shall have more to say regarding the subject of the scale of vibrations in our next lessons, in which we shall consider the Hermetic principle of vibration. Izetta said, at Regina, Charleston keeps you wanting more of his conversation. Yes, he does. More and more and more. That is so true, Izetta. I agree with that. Okay. You will kindly remember, however, that the three great planes are not actual divisions of the phenomena of the universe, but merely arbitrary terms used by the Hermetists in order to aid in the thought and study of the various degrees and forms of universal activity and life. The atom of matter, the unit of force, the mind of man, and the being of the archangel are all but degrees in one scale, and all fundamentally the same. The difference between solely a matter of degree and rate of vibration, all are creations of the all and have their existence solely within the infinite mind of the all. The Hermetists subdivide each of the three great planes into 7 minor planes, and each of these latter are also subdivided into 7 subplanes, all divisions being more or less arbitrary, shading into each other, and adopted merely for convenience of science, study, and thought. The great physical plane and its 7 minor planes is that division of the phenomena of the universe which includes all that relates to physics or material things, forces, and manifestations. It includes all forms of that which we call matter and all forms of that which we call energy or force. But you must remember that the Hermetic philosophy does not recognize matter as a thing in itself, or as having a separate existence even in the mind of the all. The teachings are that matter is but a form of energy, that is, energy at a low rate of vibrations of a certain kind, and accordingly, the Hermetists classify matter under the head of energy and give it 3 of the 7 minor planes of the great physical plane. These 7 minor physical planes are as follows. Number 1, the plane of matter, A. Number 2, the plane of matter, B. Number 3, the plane of matter, C. Number 4, the plane of the ethereal substance. Number 5, the plane of energy, A. Number 6, the plane of energy, B. And number 7, the plane of energy, C. The plane of matter, A, comprises the forms of matter in its form of solids, liquids, and gases, as generally recognized by the textbooks on physics. The plane of matter, B, comprises certain higher and more subtle forms of matter, of the existence of which modern science is but now recognizing. The phenomena of radiant matter, in its phases of radium, etc., belonging to the lower subdivision of this minor plane. The plane of matter, C, comprises forms of the most subtle and tenuous matter, the existence of which is not suspected by ordinary scientists. The plane of ethereal substance comprises that which science speaks of as the ether, a substance of extreme, I guess this is tenuity, and elasticity, pervading all universal space and act as a medium for the transmission of waves of energy such as light, heat, electricity, etc. The ethereal substance forms a connecting link between matter, so called, and energy, and partakes of the nature of it. The Hermetic teachings, however, instruct that this plane has 7 subdivisions, as have all of the minor planes, and that in fact there are 7 ethers instead of but one. Next, above the plane of ethereal substance, comes the plane of energy A, which comprises the ordinary forms of energy known to science, its 7 subplanes being respectivity. I just said that all wrong. Respectively, heat, light, magnetism, electricity, and attraction, including gravitation, cohesion, chemical affinity, etc., and several other forms of energy indicated by scientific experiments, but not as yet named or classified. The plane of energy B comprises 7 subplanes of higher forms of energy, not as yet discovered by science, but which have been called nature's finer forces, and which are called into operation and manifestation of certain forms of mental phenomena, and by which each such phenomena becomes possible. The plane of energy C comprises 7 subplanes of energy so highly organized that it bears many of the characteristics of life, but which is not recognized by the minds of men on the ordinary plane of development, being available for the use on beings of the spiritual plane alone. Such energy is unthinkable to ordinary man, and may be considered almost as the divine power. The beings employing the same are as gods, compared even to the highest human types known to us. This is something that we uh, really would like to have this book so that you can study, but you can also listen to it. I'm sure somebody is reading it on YouTube, because you can almost find anything that you're looking for on YouTube. And then they also have a lot of PDF files, but this is something that you can really, like, if you get tired of the craziness that you see and the stuff that people say and do, like, you know, the trolls and the things like that, then you probably could read and just start elevating your mind and your thinking, giving you another way to look. One thing I've learned about nature and us as a people, geometry, sacred geometry. And if you're not really great in mathematics, then this stuff sometimes can be a little overwhelming. And even some of the greatest scholars may even, find it to be sometimes. But I think it's really something good that whenever you're cleaning or doing something, maybe you can put it on and just listen to it, take notes, and then check it out. I want to read what Regina said to Izetta. Izetta said, yes. Regina said at Izetta, yes. For some reason, I kept seeing him in different commentary. I guess he is in the algorithm. and I was not interested without even hearing the commentary. But YouTube played one auto. Yeah, he said when he's on here talking like he talk for real, he only come to make money. His real passion is children and men, and especially of the Asiatic descent, known as black people, is what they call themselves. And coming from a black boy's perspective, growing up to be a responsible man, that's a good thing to look at. I really wish that we all would get more serious. These men who call themselves great men and so wealthy and doing so well on YouTube, we know that that's a lie because they spend the majority of their time on YouTube. So we know they're not really giving anybody anything positive. But it would be good if we would do it because we have so much against us as a people. And it's unreal how we will not give up the hate. It's really real. Regina said, my apologies at Toothless Tiger. I will have very limited engagement tonight going forward within the chat. However, I will be plugged in and listening. Okay, fantastic. We know that you're here, and that's fine. Okay, so let's go on to the next paragraph. The great mental plane comprises those forms of living things known to us in ordinary life, as well as certain other forms not so well known except to the occultist. The classification of the seven minor mental planes is more or less satisfactory and arbitrary, unless accompanied by elaborate explanations which are foreign to the purpose of this particular work. But we may as well mention them. They are as follows. Number one, the plane of mineral mind. Number two, the plane of elemental mind, A. Number three, the plane of plant mind. Number four, the plane of the elemental mind, B. Number five, the plane of animal mind. Number six, the plane of elemental mind, C. And number seven, the plane of human mind. The plane of mineral mind comprises the stars and conditions of the units or entities or groups and combinations of the same which animate the forms known to us as minerals, chemicals, etc. These entities must not be confounded with the molecules, atoms, and corpuscles themselves, the latter being merely the material bodies or forms of these entities, just as a man's body is, but his material form and not himself. These entities may be called souls in one sense and are living beings of a low degree of development, life, and mind, just a little more than the units of living energy, which comprise the higher subdivisions of the highest physical plane. The average mind does not generally attribute the possession of the mind, soul, or life to the mineral kingdom, but all occultists recognize the existence of the same. And modern science is rapidly moving forward to the point of view of the Hermetic in this respect. The molecules, atoms, and corpuscles have their loves and hates, likes and dislikes, attractions and repulsions, affinities and non affinities, etc. And some of the more daring of modern scientific minds have expressed the opinion that the desire and will, emotions and feelings of the atoms differ only in degree from those of men. We have no time or space to argue this matter here. All occultists know it to be a fact, and others are referred to some of the more recent scientific works for outside corroboration. There are the usual seven subdivisions to this plane. The plane of elemental mind A comprises the state or condition and degree of mental and vital development of a class of entities unknown to the average man, but recognized to the occultist. They are invisible to the ordinary sense of man, but nevertheless exist and play their part of the drama of the universe. Their degree of intelligence is between that of the mineral and the chemical entities on the one hand, and of the entities of the plant kingdom on the other. There are seven subdivisions to this plane also. Okay, Esotar, great, great, great. The plane of the plant mind in its seven subdivisions comprises the states or conditions of the entities comprising the kingdoms of the plant world, the vital and mental phenomena of which is fairly well understood by the average intelligent person. Many new and interesting scientific works regarding mind and life in plants, having been published during the last decade. Plants have life, mind, and souls, as well as have the animals, man, and Superman. The plane of elemental B in its seven subdivisions comprises the states and conditions of a higher form of elemental or unseen entities, playing their part in the general work of the universe, the mind and life of which form a part of the scale between the plane of plant mind and the plane of animal mind, the entities partaking of the nature of both. The plane of animal mind, in its seven subdivisions, comprises the states and conditions of the entities, beings, or souls, animating the animal forms of life, familiar to us all. It is not necessary to go into details regarding this kingdom or plane of life, for the animal world is a familiar to us as is our own. The plane of elemental mind C, in its seven subdivisions, comprises those entities or beings invisible as are all such elemental forms which partake of the nature of both animal and human life in a degree and in certain combinations. The highest forms are semi human in intelligence. The plane of human mind, in its seven subdivisions, comprises those manifestations of life and mentality which are common to man in his various grades, degrees, and divisions. In this connection, we wish to point out the fact that the average man of today occupies both the fourth subdivision of the plane of human mind, and only the most intelligent have crossed the borders of the fifth subdivision. It has taken the race millions of years to reach this stage, and it will take many more years for the race to move on to the sixth and the seventh subdivisions and beyond. But remember that there have been races before us which have passed through these degrees, and then on the other planes, on higher planes. Our own race is the fifth, with stragglers from the fourth, which has set foot upon the path. And then there are a few advanced souls of our own race who have outstripped the masses and who have passed on to the sixth and seventh subdivision, and some few being still further on. The man of the sixth subdivision will be the Superman. He of the seventh will be the Overman. And that's some deep, man. Regina says, before I leave the chat regarding that interview again, I gained respect for Charleston White and I saw Cam Newton in a different light. Cam Newton was a good football player, but in my opinion, his lack of knowledge showed. Oh, I think that they both were great. I think they both played their role very well. I think that's why they got the views that they got. You know, you always have to have the yin and the yang for the YouTube. You got to have it. And if you don't have that opposing opinion, then it's not good. People don't like it. You see how, well, who was that came in a moment ago? See how many people we have in here? We got so many. It's overflowing. But yeah, it was great. So great. Let me see. Yeah, I got to see where I was. This is so deep. Okay. Give me a moment. Let me clear my throat. Okay. In our consideration of the seven minor mental planes, we have merely referred to the three elementary planes in a general way. We do not wish to go into this subject in detail in this work, for it does not belong to this part of the general philosophy and teachings. But we may say this much. In order to give you a little clearer idea of the relations of these planes to the more familiar ones, the elementary planes bear the same relation to the planes of mineral, plant, animal, and human mentality and life that the black keys on the piano do to the white keys. The white keys are sufficient to produce music, but there are certain scales, melodies, and harmonies in which the black keys play their part, and in which their presence is necessary. They are also necessary as connecting links of soul condition, entity states, etc. Between the seven other planes, certain forms of development being attained therein. This last fact giving to the reader who can read between the lines a new light upon the process of evolution and a new key to the secret door of the leaps of life between kingdom and kingdom. The great kingdoms of elementals are fully recognized by all occultists, and the esoteric writings are full of mention of them. The readers of Bulwer's Sanani and similar tales will recognize the entities inhabiting these planes of life. Passing on from the great mental plane to the great spiritual plane, what shall we say? How can we explain these higher states of being, life, and mind to minds as yet unable to grasp and understand the higher subdivisions of the plane of human mind? The task is impossible. We can speak only in the most general terms. How may light be described to a man born blind? How sugar to a man who has never tasted anything sweet. How harmony to one born deaf. All that we can say is that the seven minor planes of the great spiritual plane, each minor plane having its seven subdivisions, comprise beings possessing life, mind, and form as far above that of man of today as the latter is above the earthworm, mineral, or even certain forms of energy or matter. The life of these beings so far transcends ours that we cannot even think of the details of the same. Their mind so far transcends ours that to them we scarcely seem to think, and our mental processes seem almost akin to material processes. The matter of which their forms are composed is the highest planes of matter. Nay, some are even said to be clothed in pure energy. What may be said of such beings? On the seven minor planes of the great spiritual plane exist beings of whom we may speak as angels, archangels, demigods. On the lower minor planes dwell those great souls whom we call masters and adepts. Above them come the great hierarchies of the angelic host, unthinkable to man. And above those come those who may without irreverence be called the gods. So high in the scale of being are they, their being, intelligence, and power being akin to those attributed by the races of men to their conceptions of deity. These beings are beyond even the highest flights of the human imagination, the word divine being the only one applicable to them. Many of these beings, as well as the angelic host, take the greatest interest in the affairs of the universe and play an important part in its affairs. These unseen divinities and angelic helpers extend their influence freely and powerfully in the process of evolution and cosmic progress. And that's something that really we as a people missed out on, the teaching of cosmology. For if we knew more about cosmology, I think that we would know more about being. I'll just say it like that. Their occasional intervention and assistance in human affairs have led to the many legends, beliefs, religions, and traditions of the race, past and present. They have superimposed their knowledge and power upon the world again and again, all under the law of the all, of course. But yet, even the highest of these advanced beings exist merely as creations of and in the mind of the all, and are subject to the cosmic processes and universal laws. They are still mortal. We may call them gods if we like, but still they are but the elder brethren of the race, the advanced souls who have outstripped their brethren and who have foregone the ecstasy of absorption by the all in order to help the race on its upward journey along the path. But they belong to the universe and are subject to its conditions. They are mortal, and their plane is below that of absolute spirit. Only the most advanced Hermetists are able to grasp the inner teachings regarding the state of existence and the powers manifested on the spiritual planes. The phenomena is so much higher than that of the mental planes that a confusion of ideas would surely result from an attempt to describe the same. Only those whose minds have been carefully trained along the lines of the Hermetic philosophy for years, yes, those who have brought with them from other incarnations the knowledge acquired previously, can comprehend just what is meant by the teaching regarding the spiritual planes. And much of these inner teachings is held by the Hermetists as being too scared, and that is sacred, as being too sacred, important, and even dangerous for general public dissemination. The intelligent student may recognize what we mean by this when we state that the meaning of spirit, as used by the Hermetist, is akin to living power, animated force, inner essence, essence of life, etc., which meaning must not be confounded with that usually and commonly employed in connection with the term, i.e., religious, ecclesiastical, spiritual, ethereal, holy, etc., etc. To occultists, the word spirit is used in the sense of the animating principle, carrying with it the idea of power, living energy, mystique force, etc. And occultists know that that which is known to them as spiritual power may be employed for evil as well as good ends, in accordance with the principle of polarity, a fact which has been recognized by the majority of the religions in their conceptions of Satan, Beelzebub, the devil, Lucifer, fallen angels, etc. And so the knowledge regarding these planes has been kept in the Holy of Holies, in the esoteric fraternities and occult orders, in the secret chamber of the temple. But this may be said here that those who have attained high spiritual powers and have misused them have a terrible fate in store for them, and the swing of the pendulum of rhythm will inevitably swing them back to the furthest extreme of material existence, from which point they must retrace their steps spiritward along the weary rounds of the path, but always with the added torture of having always with them a lingering memory of the heights from which they fell owing to their evil actions. The legends of the fallen angels have a basis in actual facts, as all advanced occultists know. The striving for selfish power on the spiritual planes inevitably results in the selfish soul losing its spiritual balance and falling back as far as it had previously risen. But to even such a soul, the opportunity of a return is given, and such souls make the return journey, paying the terrible penalty according to the invariable law. In conclusion, we would again remind you that according to the principle of correspondence, which embodies the truth, as above, so below, as below, so above, all of the seven Hermetic principles are in full operation on all of the many planes: physical, mental, and spiritual. The principle of mental substance, of course, applies to all the planes, for all are held in the mind of the all. The principle of correspondence manifests in all, for there is a correspondence, harmony, and agreement between the several planes. The principle of vibration manifests on all planes. In fact, the very differences that go to make the planes arise from vibration, as we have explained. The principle of polarity manifests on each plane, the extremes of the poles being apparently opposite and contradictory. The principle of rhythm manifests on each plane, the movement of the phenomena having its ebb and flow, rise and flow, incoming and outgoing. The principle of cause and effect manifests on each plane, every effect having its cause and every cause having its effect. The principle of vibration manifests on all planes. Every effect having its cause and every cause having its effect. The principle of vibration manifests on all planes. Every effect having its cause and every cause having its effect. Okay, did y'all hear? Because I don't know when I hit the button and it stopped being sound. Did y'all hear the end of the chapter? I hope y'all did because I said that chapter was awfully deep. And it would really be good for real if y'all would go back and listen to this. Regina seems to be I'm going to say, the master teacher at this stage because she can break this stuff down and she's well learned. As I told you, may have known that was Arabic, but ain't no need of me lying. I didn't have a clue what it was. I just knew it was some kind of writing. Yeah, I don't know how long it was that I hit that button uh, and caused it to do that. But I had some stuff we was going to talk about the black family. Regina, I found this thing and it's very interesting. We'll do that another day because this chapter for me was deep, and I'm sure it was deep for the majority of us. Maybe not, but I'm trying to learn how to work these principles in my life because this is basically just the principles of life. Regina said, for your information, I will be in and out of the chat due to other obligations, but listening. That's fantastic, Regina. I'm going to get ready myself to end the live. I've been here an hour and 15 minutes, and I really am, after reading this, I'm actually getting sleepy. And so I'm going to get ready to end the live. I don't know if Maria has left to go to work yet, but she normally try to listen in the car. But I don't know if she's driving yet. So Maria, if you're driving, then just be safe. Asator, I know you out there driving. Be safe. Izetta, I hope you have a beautiful birthday. So Alicia probably is having a beautiful night's dream. I know Phyllis is as tired as I am. I don't know if she's going to take a nap, but I am. And it's probably cutting in and out because I'm hitting this my mouse, and so it's cutting it on and off. So I'm sorry about that, but that's why it's doing that. But yeah, I'm getting ready to end the show, and I was just pretty much saying my good nights to everybody individually. And Regina, I was telling you that You don't have to worry because I'm going to get ready to end it. And so, for everybody in the bushes, in the trees, in the clouds, in the sky, I want to thank you. And I want to thank you guys for hitting the like, because actually we have 13 likes, and that's fantastic with 8 people. So I'm excited about it. And as I told, like I said, you be careful, Maria. Isaiah, enjoy the rest of your night. So, Alicia, I'm sure you're asleep. All of our good trolls, have a good evening, and be careful out there. And I'm going to get ready to leave the tiger's den. Good night. We just do the greatest love tonight. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us who we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I failed, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of takes you to a lonely place, find yourself in love.